iPhone 5 rumors coming on strong with capacitive buttons, hybrid e-ink screens, and more. iOS 4.3.1 finally gets a full jailbreak a la Untethered, and a college student teaches us just how to make 50 grand a year by jailbreaking. All this and more coming up right now. Hello everybody, I'm Jaime Rivera and welcome to the Pocket Now iReview, the show where we go through all this week's cool and what's not so cool inside the world of Apple's iOS devices. Let's start this week off with the cool. That's right, the iPhone 5 rumor mill is coming on strong. This time we have images of a probably fake next generation iPod Touch sporting a capacitive home button instead of the clicking button we're used to. Now remember, things make it to the next generation iPhone before they make it to the iPod Touch, so it's a probability we'll see it on the iPhone 5. Aside from that, well, that does fit the description of the probable larger screen inside the current iPhone 4 casing. And yeah, there were talks of an 8 megapixel camera also making the device, so again, rumors. Well, on the patent side, we have Apple playing with their old iPod 30-pin connector to bring Thunderbolt speeds of 10 gigabits per second and USB 3.0's 5 gigabits per second, though we're still not sure if that's going to be enabled through a software update to current generation iPhones or if we can only expect it on the next generation iPhone 5. Now, judging by the Mac story where the current devices didn't get the same Thunderbolt that the new ones did, don't expect it. Aside from that, well, Apple's also playing with a hybrid e-ink display LCD that will allow you to have e-ink on sometimes when you're reading books, and also the same current LCD that we currently know. That way Amazon's not going to be playing with those ads saying you can't really read books on an iPad and an iPhone. Aside from that, well, we also have Apple playing with a probable bezel that has colors and that also allows capacitive buttons for you to play games with controls. Really cool. For all of us waiting, iOS 4.3.1 finally got an untethered jailbreak. You'll need the Ponage tool on the Mac or Snowbreeze on Windows or Redsn0w. What's the difference? Well, the Ponage tool and Snowbreeze are for those guys that are out there needing to keep their basebands for the carrier unlocked on Ultrasn0w. And Redsn0w is for anybody that just wants to jailbreak their device. Now, remember and keep in mind that the dev team's been alerting that iOS 4.3.1 and Ultrasn0w are not really working together well, so wait before you make the jailbreak update because it seems that they need to update something first. Aside from that, well, really cool that we finally get it. According to a storage newsletter, Apple just purchased 12 petabytes of storage for no particular reason. Those 12,000 terabytes would probably serve Apple, according to us, to probably bring iTunes streaming services to the iOS platform since Amazon already beat them to the game with Android. But still, these are rumors, nothing confirmed, but the 12 petabytes are there. Let's see what Apple does with them, given they're already late. And well, Kevin Lee, a college student from George Mason University, just landed an interview on the Washington Post because the guy makes 50 grand a year by jailbreaking and unlocking iPhones. Kind of a cool way to make a living. This guy unlocks and jailbreaks as many as 30 to 40 devices per day from people from college who don't know how to do it. Just gave me an idea, you know, probably should consider that as a career move. And well, rumors have iOS 4.3.2 being released next week, but the only cool news there is that Apple will probably bring the Verizon iPhone up to speed with the GSM iPhone and release number updates. And that's pretty much it. Aside from that, well, a lot of bug fixes are mentioned, but we really know that Apple's trying to close the gap on all the exploits that allow jailbreaks. So if jailbreaks your game, might as well beware. And yeah, we're getting close to the not so cool section. That's pretty much a mix there. That does it for the cool. Let's continue on with the not so cool. Apple has just released an application called iAds for you to watch iAds all day on your iPhone. Some iAds are cool, really worth watching, but the sad news is having Apple reject an application that was submitted a year ago from a developer for no particular reason, and then seeing Apple releasing an application that does exactly the same. Call that a copycat? A recent survey to more than 4,000 people showed that AT&T customers get 50% more dropped calls than Verizon customers over the same iPhone 4. Now, we're not going to blame this on AntennaGate, we're going to blame this on a terrible carrier in certain areas. You know, I didn't really complain about AT&T service in my area, but then I went to Florida a couple of weeks ago, and people would complain about dropped calls, but I wouldn't believe them until I would get as many as 6 to 7 dropped calls a day. You know, it's kind of disrespectful for you to be talking AT&T in, you're left hanging there alone, nobody talking to you because your call's dropped. You should really work on it. And well, everybody heard about that Zion theme that Toyota released in Cydia for jailbroken iPhones a couple of days ago, but look no more if you were interested, because Toyota got a letter from Apple asking them to pull it from their marketing campaign. Really lame, Apple. I mean, I would understand for you to be mad about this if you would offer us a way to skin our devices, but it's not possible currently, you know? That's it for today's show. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Jaime Rivera. Remember to give us a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That's it for now.